Welcome back to What Will Wilmington Give Us Today? 80 degrees? 20 degrees? Snow? Ice? Sandstorms? Who knows? It's all fair game, apparently, is what I've come to the conclusion of. Because it is November 7th, and it's 80 freaking degrees outside. It's outrageous. I know a lot of you are loving it. I am not loving it. I missed last week when it was beautifully chilly, as it should be in November. I realize we're in the South and the coast, but come on now. This is just crazy talk. All right, so we are full on into November. Yes, I know November 1st was last week, but we really are like into the thick of it. Thanksgiving's coming up, and I know all anybody can talk about right now is Christmas. So we're going to talk about Thanksgiving and wine pairings. So for the next 3 weeks, we're going to do some fun flights of maybe some what I would call like favorite go-to categories for your Turkey Day celebrations and or post-Turkey Day lunches. You know, everybody loves the leftover turkey sandwiches. I don't, but that's okay. You guys can have them. So this week we're doing some American wine for an American holiday. We're going to kick it off with an absolute favorite of Celeste, one of my favorite wines as well, the Jolie-Laide Trousseau Gris. Really fun. I know a lot of you may not know this grape variety, but I promise it is delicious and over delivers. So ignore the fact you don't know what it is. Just have it. It'll be fine. Moving into Presqu'ile Pinot Noir. You guys are definitely familiar with that. It never gets old. It is just that good. And then we're going to round it out with a classic GSM blend from Terre, Rouge, their Tête-á-Tête, for our American wine ensemble? We'll go with an ensemble. I don't think that's right, but we're going to go with it. All right, starting out, Jolie-Laide, Scott and Jenny. These guys, just really spectacular humans. I know that I use that as a description for a lot of the things that I really love, but I think that like the human factor maybe doesn't get as enough attention as it should when it comes to talking about these things. Great people, hard workers. You know, they bootstrapped this from the beginning. And they really, really come into their own in the last handful of years. I think the wines have always been excellent, but they've certainly gotten better and better. This is their Trousseau Gris, which, you know, I'd say Jolie-Laide was one of the early adopters of this grape variety in California. I don't know. There's a handful of other people that work with it, but I don't know anybody else who's worked with it for so long consistently. It's become, I think, at least for me, like one of the bottlings I look forward to every year because it's always just a spectacular wine. It's a really rare grape variety. I think that even at this point, most people know more about Trousseau Noir than they know Trousseau Gris. And from what I understand, they are just mutations of each other. For Jolie-Laide, they always do a little bit of skin contact. So you've got that really beautiful kind of like rose onion skin-esque character to it. And for me, this wine is just texturally beautiful. It's citrus, it's bright, it's fresh. You know, when we're talking again, we're doing flights, we're thinking about Thanksgiving, or we're just thinking about things we want to drink in general. It really goes well with all of those kinds of foods that you would kind of classically think of for Thanksgiving. Or with a nice dish here from Second Class. So, you know, it's equal opportunity deliciousness. Again, on the nose, a little bit of like white peach, some citrus, white raspberry. You can smell the minerality in this. So pretty. Oh, there it is. And then every time on the palate for me, this just has such beautiful lushness and texture. It's not as heavy as say like a Chardonnay. It actually gives me like palate-wise, like it doesn't, not flavor, but like the texture on the palate reminds me a lot of like a Premier Cru, like Chablis. It's got roundness, but this like laser-like brightness and freshness. It is just one of the most amazing and fun wines you could ever drink. But again, so that is Jolie-Laide's Trousseau Gris. And I mean, look at that label. How freaking amazing is that? It comes from the Fanucci Wood Road Vineyard in Sonoma County. Excellent stuff. Okay, jumping down from Sonoma, we're heading over to Santa Barbara for the always favorite Pinot Noir from Presqu'ile. I mean, Pinot Noir is probably about as ubiquitous a choice for Turkey Day as anything. I mean, and for a good reason. It's not like for a bad reason. Like, it's fresh, it's bright, it's got red fruits. It pairs so magically with all of the classic Thanksgiving foods. And I think Presqu'ile's bottling in particular does a great job. It has a little bit of that like tart kind of cranberry-like flavor. So I say this a lot, you know, just skip the cranberry sauce and have yourself like a glass of like a bright, fresh Pinot or Gamay. We'll get into those another week, which is going to give you that like refreshing acidity that cranberry sauce gives you, only this is way better. No offense against those who love cranberry sauce. Subtle herbs, really, really soft on the nose. A little bit of like kind of what I call like black cherry, maybe a little strawberry. Gorgeous color. Oh, man, is that good. Great texture, silky textured. Again, more of those like kind of bright cherry, a little bit of like a soft herbaceousness, which really matches like all of those like savory herbs you're gonna have with like a Thanksgiving meal. Such a great wine. These guys down in Santa Barbara, they're based in Santa Maria Valley. Oh man, this is so good. Like, I actually have this wine quite often, and today it is drinking exceptionally well. I mean, it always drinks well, but for whatever reason, this is really hitting all the notes for me. Wow, excellent. Never fails to impress. Again, Presqu'ile, they're Santa Barbara County bottling. Great stuff. All right, now we're moving into the good old classic Terre Rouge. So this really hits on the other side of things. And I think so often when we talk about Thanksgiving, I think most people just go straight to French wine. I mean, it's you want champagne, or you want classic Southern Rhone. I mean, when I was working in retail, like the most common thing that we sold for Thanksgiving and the wine that we always talked about drinking for Thanksgiving was either Beaujolais or Southern Rhone Côte d'Arones. So, and for those of you who are not aware, a Côte d'Aron, generally speaking, is mostly Grenache, Syrah, and Mourvedre. There's other great varieties, obviously, but those are the primary. So that's kind of what we're re-showcasing here from the American standpoint. So this is Terre Rouge, Bill Easton's original project, one of the original Rhone Rangers. And this is his GSM from the Sierra foothills. So gorgeous. I mean, this is a 2015, just a spectacular wine. Primarily, I believe in this vintage, mostly, it's mostly Grenache, and then Syrah and Mourvedre to varying degrees. I mean, it changes every year, but it is all the things you want from Côte d'Aron, but wrapped up in an American little package. Brambly fruits, a little bit of like that herb de garrigue characteristics. Beautiful color, just stellar wine. Wow. Texturally rich, great tannins. I mean, this hits on all the notes you could ever want in any GSM, Côte d'Aron, or other. What a great flight. I'm really loving this. So come out, support local, grab some flights, have some of these amazing wines. Stay tuned. We're going to do more Thanksgiving-esque flights for the rest of the month. And we've made it to like my favorite time of the year. I love holiday season. So keep in touch, and we're going to do a lot more fun stuff. I'll see y'all soon.